Rory and Mal podcast. Mecca, from my expert opinion, has been on like a little bit of a media run, but the biggest run location was Rory and Mal, where he was talking about the split. Not even the split, just the strange things that are happening with my expert opinion, the barbershop, Mav Hoffa, the electricity being out. He was the one that actually told them that electricity was out. He was first on scene and things of that nature. And what it comes to find out, what we come to find out is what we learn from him is that he's not giving us anything that Mav Hoffa hasn't saying. He's really just kind of
clarity.
He's really
confirming
everything that Mav Hoffa said, but then he also was just letting people know, like, I'm learning everything about this in real time, just like y'all. Mm-hmm. The only thing I knew about before was the electricity being out before y'all knew, because I went there and told him the power was out.
Yeah, that's the one scoop he had.
That was the only, everything else he learned off those live streams that Mav was doing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Seeing the barbershop with the lights off. That shit is.
Yeah, so it was really kind of interesting. I mean, Mecca is a pretty solid nigga. It was funny because it was like there was literally zero mess in this explanation.
I was about to say,
he's extremely like mature answer and just like going through it like,
nigga was polished.
Yeah, I'm watching with y'all niggas. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I think he should fight. You know, he said some good things though. He was saying like he should fight for the shop, and he does think that even if they lost the shop, that it doesn't matter where they're at because their voices are them together is what it is. So
yeah,
I think he believes that there's no reason that they should have still stopped doing the show just because they lost the shop.
Yeah.
Because he's like, we just find a new place. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's not a barbershop for now,
recording somebody's living room,
we just find a setup. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it, because our voices together is what people want to hear. So let's still give him that. So I think he's a little like, I don't know why he would just stop and just run this. I mean, Math is literally a streamer. I mean, that's all he's doing now. It's just set up the camera. He's got that 1 million subs from the podcast, but he's just streaming now, and that's it. And the podcast is second and third thought.
Yeah.
Was this his way of Xing them niggas out?
I think so.
Probably.
I think a little bit of that, honestly. I think a little bit of that to where shit was kind of falling apart. He didn't want to. He was just like, let me just do this. I'll just do this by myself. I don't have to worry about this no more. It is what it is. Just Adam22 inspire me to tell everybody that I'm going through financial hardships. Fuck it.
Let me profit off this. This building is crumbling. I'm going to use the footage as marketing, and then I'm just do my own thing in the parking lot.
Does Mecca have his own platform?
I don't know. Well, yeah, he does, because look, they tagged it on this Rory Mall video. Shit. Go to his platform. What does he do? I wonder if he streams.
Yeah, does he do something? Because, I mean, I've always enjoyed hearing him talk about shit. I mean, I was never mad when he spoke. He always had a inquisitive,
level-headed approach.
Just an inquisitive frame of mind, like, you know.
Yeah, he's just chilling, talking to the camera, really. That's about it.
Damn.
He reminds me of... Mecca reminds me, when I was watching this on Rory Mall, he reminds me of Pat Jr. a little bit. Like the way he talks and shit. Like he reminds me of like a Pat Jr.
They both talk like they got gold fangs.
Often. So
you said what?
I don't really watch Mecca often, or watch my expert opinion, so I don't really have a good take on listening to Mecca.
Mecca look like
me neither. That's what I'm talking about specifically. This Rory Mall.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't watch that. I don't watch my expert opinion.
He looked like a cool ass science teacher or something. Some of these photos.
He looked like a science teacher or a black history studies teacher.
Yeah,
at A&T.
That I would support.
Oh, but Mecca. So one of the things that I thought was funny in this is Rory and Mal are conducting this interview, right? And they have probably the top two most famous podcast breakup experiences.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With Joe, like the Caller Daddy girls.
Yeah.
Rory and Mal, Joe Budden. Those are probably top two podcast breakup.
Yeah.
In podcast history for sure. You know this. They're in the top two or whatever.
Yeah.
So
the most renowned.
I just thought it was hilarious that like not Rory, Mal is still on this sweat equity thing. He needs to start a class that teaches all of us how to value sweat equity. Because that was always his thing with, And it was funny because like as they're talking, Mecca's like, no, bro, I don't own it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, but you like that sweat equity you put in there. And then Rory's like, yeah, man, I think his situation is a little bit different than ours. I'm like, bro, we don't have to keep bringing it back to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you worked hard.
Right. And I was like, I said, bro, Mecca just said like so politely, but straight to the point. No, I don't own that. Let that go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, my nigga.
He even said in here,
that
he was just like, look, man, I've never been the type, I'm from Queens. You know, we don't worry about what you make and just pay me what I want. Pay me what I'm owed.
What I'm supposed to have.
Yeah, what I'm
I don't care
supposed to
about your
have.
money. Just make sure mine is right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was some fly
And that
shit.
was just his main point. So as long as that happened, he didn't care what the fuck happened. If
gonna
Math
ask
was fucking other people, hey, shit, Math fucking other people, I'm getting mine.
But
Which
yeah, pretty
that
much.
mindset kind of
But he also stressed
Why
that.
the barbershop
this.
lights were off.
But even though Mecca, like up there in New York, he's worked for the Source and stuff like that. I don't know his whole bio, but I've never heard anybody say that. Like Mecca is just a resource. It seems like for everybody. If you know him, he's a extremely helpful resource to anybody that he knows. So Math never helped him with, never asked him for any sort of advice on anything. Is also what he kind of alluded to.
Yeah.
Or just like straight up said, because even with the barbershop, having a stipulation in the barbershop to where barbers have to be cutting, he's like, bro, I wasn't there when he signed the lease. I didn't even know that he signed a lease. He thought he owned the barbershop.
Yo, that was just being told a bunch of things.
Yeah, so he was like, they say this is Mav Barbershop. This is where we shoot the show. I show up to what I think is Mav's Barbershop, where we shoot the show, and then I found out with y'all that it was actually a sublease.
Yeah.
So he had no idea. He didn't know
He
nothing.
was manipulated as well.
Yeah, so Math wasn't going to him for advice, but it seems like it's a common thing that he is good at with advice. But I think this is one of the time. This is the main time stamp. This is his lesson. And then I want to skip to when when Maul was just like, yeah, but your sweat equity, yo. We can go ahead.
Work together. And as long as it's that, I learned late in my career on some Source magazine shit. I learned very late in my career, way later than I should have. You can't get but so attached to something that does not belong to you.
Facts.
Bad idea. And Rory, you may remember there was a time when I was just Mecca from the Source. That was my whole, I was in people's phones.
That was literally that was the full name.
Nobody knew my last name. Fuck that. Mecca from the Source for everybody, regardless of where I wrote, that's how hard I was with that brand. When I got offered other spots, I deaded it because I felt like you were insulting me. How dare you question my loyalty to what I'm doing? Fuck out my face. Think I'm a jump ship? Fuck I look like to you? I smack, you know what I'm saying? I got angry, like to the point where you think that of me? You think I would actually do some shit like that? Bro, when the Source started making wild moves and I'm in the back going, no, what the fuck? No, oh my God. And he did it anyway. It's not mine. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. It's not my say. It's not my call. For me to sit here and scream at the top of my lungs, get all upset and get an ulcer over somebody else's decision, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, at the same time, you know, I think that there is some sort of communication that should be had so that you're not blindsided when you don't have to know the exact details of everything. But if you're saying you found out about shit when I found out about shit, that's a problem to me.
Finding out ain't the issue. Him telling everybody is pretty much the cornerstone of the gripes, right? That's where all the smoke.
You mean him telling the public?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Could I stop him from doing that? He never asked me.
Right.
He never told me he was going to do that. Right. So he didn't tell any of it. I can't speak for any of us. I know he never told me. I found out he was online like everybody else. I'm getting my phones blowing up. Yo, you see your man? I got a lot of who we talking about?
Yeah.
Rory? Like I got a song. What do you mean?
Yeah.
No, Buster? Who? What motherfucker? Who? Nah, man. Okay, I'll go look. I went and looked. Oh shit. Well.
Right.
Oh, run that back. But what am I supposed to do about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get upset, get mad, get excited. It's his shop. It's his show.
Yeah, but you've also dedicated a lot of, you know, sweat equity to the brand.
That's worth whatever it's worth. And I did that.
It's a worth to it though.
I did that because of me.
Yeah, no, for sure, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like,
What is
I
the
just
word?
I just thought that there would be some type of communication between you and Math to where you would at least not be blindsided by some of the things you.
Rory got that look like this is no. Don't do the sweat equity point again.
Don't bring up accounting, no sweat equity.
I want Maul to start a sweat equity class so we can learn how to measure sweat equity.
Well, Maul has PTSD, and this
I
is
think
what it
that'd be
does.
great. So what?
I said Maul and Rory they have PTSD, and this is what it does. It's like similar things that feel like what you've been through. Just your body just reacts in a way. Loud doors sound like grenades. You feel me? So it's like this isn't even like the type of battleground situation that he was in, but like he's interpreting that way. Like, but Mecca is just like, nah, Mecca really has a real nigga standpoint.
Yeah,
Like he has like a true, like whatever idea you think of Queens in the 80s or 90s is, that's what Mecca is.
Yeah,
it's like,
literally.
yo, I don't own that shit. Just pay me my money. Oh, we done? Fuck it. I guess I gotta go
I came here before.
do something else. I don't know. I gotta go to
No
the
point in
store.
playing around here.
Yeah,
It's too
so
thorough.
nah, and that's Maul is just pushing his fucking trauma on him.
Yeah, it's the same thing NBA podcasters do when they're talking about a current player. Like all they end up talking about is their career
Literally.
and how like they can see that in this.
Exactly. How
Is that what they do?
yeah.
I just find it so fascinating anytime Maul talks about business, just because it's just like, damn, it just don't seem like he's learning any lessons over the years. If Rory just stops doing everything, man, this shit is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
The reason
it's
he got
just
the laptop.
hearing him fight for certain points that, like, he should just be past this already.
Yeah, nah. It's completely different. And that's why you have to ask questions. And you got to be curious. Maul thought he knew the full story. Maybe he does. I don't know how long their relationship has been. But in terms of like where Math was when he wrote the name of My Expert Opinion, Mecca probably wasn't around. So it's like, and Mecca knowing that, Mecca being the real nigga he is, he's like, nigga, I wasn't even there during the conception. You feel me? Like,
Yeah, because
I don't have
he's
birthrights.
technically like generation 3
so,
in terms of hosts and shit like that too.
so and that's just, you know, so
Yeah, he came into an open business. It's not like he was there from the start.
it's not like he was chilling with Math at his house and like on Love and Hip Hop like Maul and Joe Budden, you know what I mean? It's completely two different things. But nah, man. Rory and Maul, shout out to them. I'm glad they doing good and shit.
Is this how you respond in a podcast breakup? Just be respectful.
Who?
As what
Mecca.
Mecca was saying.
Oh,
Just be level-headed. Because,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes people take this advantage, this opportunity as a time to jump on the other nigga and try to leverage their platform now.
Yeah.
There's
you're
more
saying
attention around it.
he's moving the way that you should move in a
He's
podcast.
moving
Yeah.
the way that most, like, thorough niggas should be. Like, hey,
Oh,
nigga,
yeah.
I ain't really have no ownership in this shit no way. Well, what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Come on here and complain?
And he's not gonna like shit on Math. Cause I don't even know if he should, because out of everybody that got, you know, kind of bamboozled by Math's words, he wasn't really one of them. He kind of scathed away.
Well, a little bit, but he just didn't believe lies that Mav told that like actually affected his life. Like, you not owning the barbershop is kind of crazy, but you know, I still own my home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't own the show, so it's like, and that's more so, yeah, an integrity thing. Like, nigga, you don't own the barbershop.
Why'd you say it
Who
was
owns
yours?
this barbershop?
Yeah, Math is pretty terrible at just doing these things. He just can't get it together, man.
Yeah, nah, he doesn't. His manipulation isn't as polished as like as a Joe Budden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or Machiavelli.
Yeah.
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Tupac?
Prince. Nah, the nigga who Tupac got his name from.
Oh. I don't know none of that shit.
Word.
You don't know about Machiavelli the Prince? He's a petty motherfucker.
Yeah, nah.
None.
You gotta read, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta read. You gotta be in a Tupac to know that shit.
Nah,
I'm not that into
you
Tupac.
don't even gotta be into Tupac. You just gotta be into like 48 Laws of Power.
Oh my God.
But you're in the Tupac.
In the Tupac. What does it mean to be in the Tupac? Like, you listen to the nigga music?
No, but you in the Tupac.
No.
You like Tupac.
Like, you
Come
know
on,
a
dog.
sign.
Yeah, and you into breast cancer.
Yeah,
Fuck
whatever.
outta here.
Nah.
You love Tupac.
Yeah, I do.
You're right.
So what,
I love him more than
What was that just now?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He loves Tupac.
I do. Shout out all my